Hi, everybody. I know it's been a while. I apologize. I just wanted to touch base on a topic that I think is probably quite important, maybe more so for some than for others. Uh, my kids actually are in the middle of their dance competitions, and which is normal for this time of year, but we had the last 2 years we didn't have live competition. It was virtual. Anyway, for me, competitions usually are very tiresome. It's hard to keep up with the rest of the family, but I do the best I can. Um, it's mostly due to early mornings, some late nights, very long days with a lot of lights and loud music. And I just want to tell you about an experience that I had. It doesn't happen very often, but it did happen this past weekend. And we were in a bookstore, and we had been doing not a whole lot of walking, but more than I'm used to that early in the day. So we were in this bookstore, and we all went our separate ways looking for something that we would like to read. And while I was looking, lo and behold, walking is sometimes a trigger for me, especially if I'm tired or if I feel, um, no, I don't want to say pins and needles, but you almost feel like electrically charged, like everything is just on a hypersensitive mode. Um, so I felt that, so I knew that an episode was probably on its way. So um, sure enough, it happened in the middle of the store. Um, the way it hit, I didn't really have a whole lot of time to get to a restroom or to try to find a corner to tuck myself away in. Um, the difference with this one is I usually have a family member close to me, but at this point I didn't. They weren't far, but I didn't have one with me right at that moment. So I found a chair where I could sit, and I just kind of tried to fight the movements and the twisting. But you guys know that sometimes that can make that worse. So anyway, I'm just sitting there and trying not to be too obvious, but it's kind of hard not to in that sort of situation. And so the workers kind of started to circle the wagons, keeping an eye on me. I don't think they really knew what was going on because, um, as you guys know, you're conscious, you're aware, um, you're not fully in control, so it's you can't always convey that you're okay. Um, I did have my Dystonia medical alert bracelet on, um, and I think they may have noticed that, which is probably why they left me alone. But for anybody who works in a store or is shopping in a store, or if you're just on the street, um, if you notice somebody who appears to be struggling, it's okay to just stop and ask if they're okay or if they need anything. I don't think anybody would be offended. Um, I certainly wasn't embarrassed at what happened. Um, you feel a little exposed and you feel a little vulnerable at that point in time, but it wasn't long. Sorry for the movement of the camera. My cats keep butting up against my arms. Yeah, so I wasn't embarrassed, and I just, like I said, you feel exposed, you feel a little bit vulnerable in that position. But once my kids were the first ones on scene with me, so they stuck with me. Took turns. One would go looking for books, the other would stay. When my wife was finished, she came and sat with me until it was done. She's always an amazing support. But yeah, like if you're working in a store, it's okay. If you see somebody that you think may be having issues, it's okay to just say, hey, are you okay? Can I get you anything? If it had hit my hands instantly, I wouldn't have been able to get my medication open to stop the episode. So fortunately, I was able to be quick enough to get it with the help of my daughter. But in a case like that, if you can't get your medication, it's just going to progressively get worse. So it's a message for, I guess, for any patients to make sure that you're prepared for it to happen when you least expect it, or even when you suspect it might happen. Be prepared and let anybody who's with you, traveling with you, let them know that, hey, there may be an episode coming. Do you mind sticking close to me, or at least keeping an eye on me? And for anybody who works in stores or is shopping or out at a restaurant, if you see somebody struggling, it is okay. It's not impolite. It's not rude. Don't feel you're imposing on anybody. And I hope others will chime in here with a similar message. I certainly don't mind anybody just at least checking in and saying, hey man, are you okay? Is there anything I can do for you? Not that you're looking for attention, but just in case, if they are struggling, if they're in a posture they can't get out of, or if there's a risk they could hurt themselves or somebody else in the store. But again, it all comes down to being kind, being compassionate, looking out for one another, and especially after everything that's been happening over the last couple of months. So again, please look out for one another, look after each other, look after yourselves, be safe. I love you all. Thank you for the support. Please subscribe and feel free to share. And if you have any videos you'd like to see me talk about, or get my thoughts or opinions on, I'd love to hear your comments, or at least read them. All right, I love you all. I hope you're all well. And I need to get ready for another competition day. So wish us luck. Oh, no. It's proper to say break a leg. All right, love you all.